of adequate waterways to take care of the water and sanitation requirements. So the Romans are the first persons who take adequate preparation for the water restoration. The appetite for natural resources in modern cities has made a subject of environmental history and the discovery of inconvenient truth. So what happened? ତମକୁ ମୁଁ ଗତକାଲି କହୁଥିଲି ବୋଧେ ଯେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀ ଯାଇଥିଲି ପ୍ରଥମ ଥର ପାଇଁ ଏବଂ ସେଇଠି ମତେ ଲାଗିଥିଲା ଯେ ଲୋକମାନେ ଏଠି ଅଛନ୍ତି ପଇସା ଦେଇକିରି ପାଣି କିଣନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ସେଟା ହଉଛି କି ଗୋଟେ ସ୍ପୁନର ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ପାଣି ସ୍ପୁନ ସେମାନେ ଦଉଥିଲେ ଓପେନଲି ଏବଂ ତାର ଦାମ ଥିଲା 25 ପଇସା ଏବଂ ସେଇଠି ମଧ୍ୟ ମୁଁ କଣ କରୁଥିଲି ପାଣି କିଣିକିରି ମୁଁ ପିଇଥିଲି ଏବଂ ଏବେ ମୁଁ ଯାଇଥିଲି 2 ବର୍ଷ ତଳେ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀ ଯାଇଥିଲି ହେଲେ କଣ ହେଇଛି ମୁଁ ଗଲି ଫ୍ଲାଇଟରେ ପଳେଇଗଲି ଯେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ ସେଠି ଏରୋଡ୍ରୋମରେ ଓହ୍ଲିଲି ମତେ ଟିକେ ଭୋକ ଲାଗିଲା ଖାଇବାକୁ ଗଲି ଗୋଟେ ହୋଟେଲକୁ ଗଲାବେଳେ ସେ କହିଛି ନା ଯଦି ଆପଣ ପାଣି ୟୁଜ୍ କରିବେ ୟୁ ହାଭ୍ ଟୁ ପେ 20 rupees more ଏବଂ ଗୋଟେ ଯୋଉ ବରା ମୁଁ ଖାଇଲି ବରାର ଦାମ ଥିଲା ଗୋଟେ 10 rupees ଏବଂ ସେଠି ଯଦି ମୁଁ 10 ଟଙ୍କା ଖାଇଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ମୋର ଚଳିଥାନ୍ତା କିନ୍ତୁ ଯଦି ମୁଁ ପାଣି ୟୁଜ୍ କରିବି ଆଇ ହାଭ୍ ଟୁ ପେ ମୋର ଦେନ୍ 20 rupees ଏବଂ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ସେମାନେ କହିଲେ ଆପଣ ଯଦି ମାନେ ଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡିଂ ଖାଇଦେବେ ତାହେଲେ there will be no cost but if you use chair then you will pay 120 rupees. So ଏଇଟା କହିବା କଥା ହେଲା ଯେ what is the precarious condition in Delhi in nowadays you see whereas in our state in Odisha you will not get such type of problems but it is going to be gradually it is going to be more problematic we will face. Okay ଆଉ କିଛି ଦିନ ପରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱରର ଅବସ୍ଥା ସେୟା ହେଇଯିବ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ହଉଛି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ too much costly ହେଲା. So this is what about the ecological balance and they have the historians they have opined that due to the climate change was the main cause for the destruction of Indus or Harappan civilization. So urbanism and modernity. So they have made a comparison between urbanism and modernity. So the modern city is planned with the rows of building, regulated routes for traffic and scale distances. So you see what happened in modern cities. So we have with the rows of building gradually ଆମର ଗୋଟେ କଣ ହୁଏ ନା ଗୋଟେ ବିଲ୍ଡିଂ ଯାକ ଗୋଟେ ରୋ ଭିତରେ ସିଏ ରହେ regulated rules ତା ପାଇଁ ରାସ୍ତା ଥିବ for traffic and scale the distance means ଆମେ ଜାଣି ଦେଇ ପାରିବା ଯେ କେତେ ଦୂରରେ ଗୋଟେ ବିଲ୍ଡିଂ ରହିବ ବା କେତେ ତାର ଯୋଉ ରୁଟ୍ ଟା ଯୋଉ ଅଛି ଯୋଉ ରାସ୍ତାଟା ଯୋଉ ଅଛି କେତିକି ସେ ଡିଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସ ରହିବ gradually we are scaling it. In Europe what happened the construction of town halls and monumental scale with the impressive clock towers is understood as a new time discipline. So what happened? Europe country कौन होती? ना they give the construction of town halls of a monumental scale. जो कि विराट town halls होता है with the impressive clock towers. सेठी में जो उड़े clock tower था time देखिए भी clock tower था is understood as a new time discipline. The town hall symbolized a shift of power from traditional institutions like the church to a democratically elected town council. You see what happened. So ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା ଯେତେବେଳେ medieval Europe, ancient, medieval and modern. Ancient ରେ କଣ ହେଇଥିଲା ନା the people gave importance to the ancient literatures like Greek and Rome. କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ medieval period ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲା naturally what happened the church or the bishop they became more powerful and accordingly the society run. So what happened At that time, here he made a comparison. The town hall. The town nowadays we will see a large number of town halls in the cities. The town hall symbolized a shift of power from traditional institutions like church. Though church during the medieval period, church was very much powerful. But nowadays, what happened? The town halls is the most powerful institution. For what reason? It was a democratically elected town or council. Now we will see in Bhubaneswar, Barampur, and Raulkela. For municipality, the election will be held very shortly. So the creation of parallel lives in suburbs and slums were a part of modernity. So what happened? So it was the symbol of modernity. Okay, so now we'll see urban histories and the cultural turn. If you have any doubt, you can ask me or we will go ahead. My dear friend, any doubt you are facing? Any doubt? Bimal? No doubt. Okay. You see, urban histories and the cultural turn. What happened? The study of urban history is a cultural turn. So when we are studying about the urban history, then naturally it definitely it will say about our culture. It signifies the experience or experimental aspect of urbanism. Micro historians of localities, study of gender, sexuality, subjectivity, race, and caste became an important part of historians of urban study of urbans. So what happened? Naturally, what we are doing, we are giving to importance the localities, then study of gender, then sexuality, then subjectivity, race, and caste. These are the most important aspect of urban history. The Facebook or Twitter, you see, the Facebook or Twitter interactions are part of a network in urbans. So you see, every day we are using Facebook or Twitter or WhatsApp. We are using. That means these are the symbols of urbans. Scholars have pointed out that ideas about public space and domestic space are reflected within male-centric ideology. You see, these two terms, public space and domestic space. So, what is the meaning of space? Who can say? Vishwajit, what is the meaning of a space? Space means one area. So, the ideas about public space and about domestic space are reflected with the male-centric ideology. It is true that individual houses are designed with the clear division of male and female space. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଘର କରୁଛେ, what happened? ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛେ ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟ ଗମ୍ଭୀର ଘର କରିବା ପାଇଁ, ଗମ୍ଭୀର ଘର ହେଲେ କଣ ବୁଝିଲେ ନା ନାହିଁ? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ବିଶ୍ୱଜିତ, ଗମ୍ଭୀର ଘର ବୁଝୁଛ ତ? ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଘର କରୁଛେ, ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ଘର ଭିତରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରାଇଭେଟ ରୁମ ରହୁଛି ନା ନାହିଁ? ବେଡରୁମ ଗୋଟେ ରହୁଛି। ସୋ ଏ ଯୋଉ କଥା ଯାକ ରହୁଛି, ସୋ ଏଇଟା କଣ ହଉଛି ନା naturally we are giving importance to the male and the female wards. And even if we go to the medicals, we have male and the female rooms. Okay, so that's they are telling us. So it is true that individual houses are designed with a clear division of a male and female space. Gender studies created new approaches to understanding the architecture and planning of urban space. So what happened? When we are studying the urban history, that means even the town hall, naturally we will get two types of rooms were there. The city was shown to be a predominantly male space. So what happened? The city, what we are telling nowadays, and it was primarily a male-dominated space or male-dominated society. Urban history now turned a major discipline for the historians. It draws the attention of geography, sociology, economics, history, and literature. So everything we will get it in the urban history. The fact that urban studies relate to different streams of thought makes it a vibrant intellectual enterprise. So nowadays, urban studies is the most interesting and the most important study in nowadays. The historians continue to explore real and imagined space with their flow of people and invention of space. So this is all about the urban history. We have discussed about the what is urban history and what is urban center, and we have also discussed what is surplus. The most important thing is surplus. Then what is urban history? Then urbanism as an interdiscipline project. So we have everything we have discussed about the history of the urbans. If you have any doubt or anything, if you want, you can ask me. Or otherwise, we will go to a new chapter. My dear friend, Gayatri, Sadananda, Swagatika, any question, if you have, you can ask me without any hesitation. Any doubt or any question with you?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No doubt? Swagatika,
No, sir.
did you understand clearly?
Yes.
Sir.
Okay. So what happened, my dear friends? So this is all about the history of urban. So we have made a comparison about the cities, and we have made a comparison the village, cities, and the urbans, and we have also compared about the urbanism and the modernism, and we have also made a comparison about our Indus Valley and the Chicago, the city of Chicago, and this is all about the urban history we have discussed. So now is the time to we will go to our second chapter that approaches to the study of ancient cities. So now we'll discuss about the ancient cities. The earliest cities that came up around 2600 BC. So the earliest city that came into existence in 2600 BC and lasted for 700 years. And the earliest city that continued for its existence nearly 700 years. These cities associated with the Harappan or the Indus period. So what happened? This is the Harappan or the Indus period, this city. The next urban centers referred to early historic period began around 500 before Common Era. So first city we know that it came into existence in 2600 BC and the next city came in 500 BC and continued for nearly 1000 years. The first city it has continued for 700 years and the next city it continued for 1000 years. Study of Harappan cities is based on archaeological data. So how we are able to study about the Harappan city? That totally it is based on archaeological data, text, inscriptions, and coins. So with taking such type of sources or resources, we are tell about something that Harappan cities. The forms of cities are constantly changing over time. So it is natural what we see about Bhubaneswar today after 20 years, totally it will be changed. Okay, so the forms of cities are constantly changing over time. During the early historic period, differences have been noted in the case of cities at a Bhir Mount and Sirkap and Sirsuk and the Textile Valley. So what happened? During the early historic period, differences have been noted in the case of cities Bhir Mount, Sirkap and Sirsuk and the Taxila Valley. So here we will observe three sections. One is the urban cities, then the absence of cities between Harappa and the early historic, and the third is the early historic cities. So we will discuss one after another. First is the Harappan cities, then we will see that the absence of cities between Harappa and early historic, and the third is the early historic cities. We will make a comparison and we will see. Now we will see about the Harappan cities. The Harappan cities was one of the most ancient cities. You see, the Harappan cities, it is a proud of India. That the Harappan cities was one of the most ancient cities. Charles Mason explored through the Punjab and noted the size of the site. So Charles Mason, he has noted about the size of the town or the size of the site. Alexander Cunningham visited Harappa unable to recognize its antiquity, but found a seal with the characters but completely unfamiliar. So what happened? When Alexander Cunningham he visited Harappa, he unable to recognize its antiquity. It's about to past. Antiquity means past. But however, he found a seal with a different characters and which is completely unfamiliar, which is completely not deciphered. So କିଛି ବୁଝା ପଡିଲା ନାହିଁ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ seal ରେ ପାଇଲେ ଏଟା ସେମାନେ କିଛି ଜାଣି ପାରିଲେ ନାହିଁ. The seal he found at Harappa and Mahindra was the same type of Mesopotamian sites. So what happened? Se jo seal la paile, the seal he found at Harappa and Mahindra was the same type of seal that they found at Mesopotamia. It led to John Marshall to conclude evidence of Bronze Age in the South Asia. So they opined that at that time Bronze Age was going on. So I will tell you about the different kinds of age. Much has been written in urban centers and or urbanism in the 3rd millennium BC. So now we'll see. So if you have a pen, kindly note down. Then it will be better for you to understand. My dear friends. Hello? Try to note down. First, Paleolithic age. Paleolithic age. P-A-L-A-E-O. Paleolithic. P-A-L-A-E-O. Paleolithic age. L-I-T-H-I-C. Paleolithic age or early stone age where unpolished stones were used for weapons. When unpolished stones were used for weapons. Okay, my dear friend. Okay, have you written? Then second lecho Mesolithic age. Mesolithic Mesolithic age, where weapons were made of bones. When weapons were made of bones. Then Neolithic age,
ଟିକେ ରିପିଟ କରନ୍ତୁ।
Mesolithic age, Mesolithic, Mesolithic age, when weapons were made of bones. Weapons were made of bones. Then Neolithic age, Neolithic, Neolithic age, when polished stones were used. When polished stones were used. Okay, then copper and bronze age. Copper and bronze age. When metals were used. When metals were used as weapons. Copper and bronze age, when metals were used as weapons. Okay. Okay, ସେଠି ଆଉ ଟିକେ add କରିଦିଅ copper and bronze age or Chalcolithic period. CHALCO, Chalcolithic period, LITHIC, Chalcolithic period, when weapons were made of copper. When weapons were made of copper. Okay, ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଦେଖିଲେ copper and bronze age, metals were used. So ଏଇଠି ଦେଖିବା Chalcolithic period, weapons were made of copper. Okay, it is very clear to you, I think. Okay, so now come to the point, we will just discuss. So what happened? ଯେତେବେଳେ Alexander Cunningham ଗଲେ to the Harappan site, he didn't able to explore it, but one thing happened, that he got a seal and he saw different characters are there. So what happened? Then he made a comparison that same type of seals were used during the Mesopotamian civilization. Okay, so it led to John Marshall to conclude that evidence of a Bronze Age in South Asia. ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ କହିଲେ ଯେ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି କଣ ନା it was the evidence of a Bronze Age. କାହିଁକି ନା the metals were used, ଯୋଉ କଥା ମୁଁ କହିଲି copper or Bronze Age. So he saw that it was a evidence of a Bronze Age in South Asia. He came to the conclusion. Much has been written in Harappan urban centers Okay, what we have discussed earlier regarding Harappa and the Mohenjo-daro urban centers, and on urbanism in the third millennium BC. So 3000 ବର୍ଷ ତଳେ କଣ ଥିଲା? We have already discussed about the Harappa and the Indus urban centers. Okay, my dear friends, have you any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No. So we will see early archaeology in Harappan cities. So what happened? Early explorations and excavations at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro cities made clear that the primary the primary artifacts was a seal, and others were red slippery pottery with a painting in black. You see, these are the most important points. Try to note it. One is seal, the most important artifacts. Artifacts means made by man. So the most important artifacts that was discovered at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, and the first is seal. The others were red slippery pottery. Okay, red slippery pottery means ମାନେ ସ୍ଲିପ୍ ମିଳୁଛି ଯାହାକି ସ୍ଲିପ୍ କରି ଯାଉଛି, କାଦୁଅ ଆଉ ପାଣି ଏଇଟା ମିଶିକି ଯୋଉଟା ତିଆରି ହଉଛି ରେଡ୍ ସ୍ଲିପ୍ରି ପୋଟାରୀ, ଯୋଉ ଆମେ ଯୋଉ କହୁଛେ ସେଟା କଣ ମାଟି ହାଣ୍ଡି। ଓକେ, ରେଡ୍ ସ୍ଲିପ୍ରି ପୋଟାରୀ with painting in black। ହେଲା, ତମେ ଚିନ୍ତା କର ଏଟ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଟାଇମ୍ 3000 ବର୍ଷ ତଳେ ବିଫୋର କମନ୍ ଏରା, ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆସିକି 5-6000 ବର୍ଷ ତଳେ କଥା କୁହାଯାଉଛି। ସେତେବେଳେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେମାନେ କଣ କରୁଥିଲେ ନା they were painting it with black. These were largely seen in the Indus River Valley. So we will get plenty of these in the Indus Valley. The other explorations in Rajasthan in 1919 by LP territory seen by Elgin Majumdar, then Kolchistan in 1940 by Stein, revealed that several sites similar archaeological material and same had ceramics of different types. So ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେମାନେ ଏ ଯୋଉ ରାଜସ୍ଥାନ ଗଲେ ବା ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ ଜାଗା ଯାକୁ ଗଲେ ସେମାନେ ଦେଖିଲେ ଯେ ସେମ୍ ଟାଇପ୍ ଅଫ୍ materials they got. So the excavations at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa provided the images of Bronze Age. You see what we have discussed about the Bronze Age when metals were used as weapons. So the excavations at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa provided the images of Bronze Age urban centers in South Asia. Pigot in 1952 considered the two cities as twin capitals of a state whose uniform material culture was seen in terms of monotonous regularity of highly organized community under the same strong system of centralized government. So what happened? Another person, Pigoti. So he opined that these twin cities, the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, perhaps they might be the two capitals of one state. For what purpose? Now, it is regularity of a highly organized community under some strong system of centralized government controlling production and distribution, and no doubt living system of tolls and customs throughout the territory under its rule. ସେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଦେଖିଲେ ଯେ ହରପ୍ପା ଆଉ ମହେଞ୍ଜୋରେ ସେମ୍ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ବା ସେମ୍ ମେଟେରିଆଲ୍ସ ଦେ ହେଭ୍ ଡିସ୍କଭର୍ଡ, ତେଣୁ ସେମାନେ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ସେମାନେ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ବୋଧ ହୁଏ ଏଠି ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ଦିଟା କ୍ୟାପିଟାଲ ଗୋଟିଏ ଷ୍ଟେଟର। ଦି ହରପ୍ପା हाँ मोनोटोनस अर्थ कौन कह मोनोटोनस अर्थ कौन जान मोनोटोनस माने विरक्तिकर यू सी सी गोटे जिन देखुं जे जो जगह को जीवे हरपार से अच्छी एवं मोहनजोदारो से जिनसा अच्छी जदि हरपारे गोटे जिनस मोहनजोदारो गोटे जिन पाई आउ गोटे जिन पाई इट वुड क्वाइट इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर देम किंतु ये जहाँ देखिले से देखिले तो उसने कहले कौन इट इज ए मोनोटोनियस रेगुलरिटी ऑफ ए हाईली ऑर्गेनाइज्ड कम्युनिटी अंडर सम स्ट्रांग सिस्टम ऑफ सेंट्रलाइज्ड गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोलिंग प्रोडक्शन एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है गोटे जिन चली आउ से नुआ जिन किसी ना सो जिते आमे सेम काइंड ऑफ जिन आमे तुमको देवी तुम गोटे रंगर ड्रेस तुमको 2 हल कि 3 हल देदेवी विल यू गेट एनी प्लेजर फ्रॉम इट विश्वजीत नो सर सो सही कथा से कहते जो इट इज ए मोनोटाइज इट इज ए मोनोटोनस रेगुलरली है दैट्स व्हाई ही हैज यूज्ड द वर्ड मोनोटोनस throughout the territory under its rule. The Harappan cities were also famously similarities with the Mesopotamia. The stone bust of a male was found at a Mohenjo-daro town as a priest king. So our কথা কোন হইছি না সেমানে সে কথা খালি সেতিকি নুহ হরপ্পা মহেঞ্জোদারো এবং মেসোপটামিয়া হ্যাঁ এই তিনটা জায়গায় they have discovered the same types of things or the materials ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ କଣ ହେଇଛି ନା ସେମାନେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ମେଲ ର ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକର ଗୋଟେ ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ମୂର୍ତ୍ତିରେ ଷ୍ଟାଚ୍ୟୁରେ ସେମାନେ ପାଇଛନ୍ତି that is stone based means ତାର ଗୋଟେ ବିରାଟ ଛାତି ଏବଂ ସେମାନେ ଭାବିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ it was the priest king. So this is all about the approaches to the study of ancient cities. So my dear friends, if you have any doubt you can ask me. Any doubt? No doubt? Biswajit? Okay, anyway.
सर जो मोहनजोदारो हड़प्पा रे जो एक्सकावेशन हैला सर सेटा को बेस रे केमी जानिले एटी अछि बोली
सुनो फर्स्ट थिंग एटा जिंस हैला कोन इट वाज डिपेंड अपॉन द आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट ओके हिस्ट्री ता दी भाग गोटे होला सोशल हिस्ट्री आउट होला मटेरियल हिस्ट्री ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इट गोटे होला मटेरियल हिस्ट्री आउट होला social history. We are dealing with the society. Okay, we are not archaeologists. First thing you are clear, I think. बुझा पड़े ना नहीं?
ओके सर.
बर्तमान तुम देखुछ तमर घर कोठी? जाजपुर. तमे शिशु बालगढ़ देखिछ भुवनेश्वर रो?
ना सर.
तमे कल्पना स्क्वायर रु तमे जदि पूरी आड़ को जीवो लेफ्ट साइड पड़िबो शिशुपाल
हां जानि से लोकेशन जानि कि जाइनी एठी
हां जाइनो ठीक अछि एले कोन होछि से माने गुडा जिंस से माने ऑब्जर्व करछन सेमान को किछ गोटे संदेह होइछि तन ताकू माने एक्सप्लोर करछन किमिति कले काहे कले आई कैंट से बिकॉज़ आई एम नॉट एन आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट ओके हमर काम होला कोन से माने को मटेरियल्स पाइले कोन सेटू पाइले काहे की पाइथिले एवं ताकू सेटे कोन डिसिफर करि परछन कि नै वी आर डीलिंग विथ इट किनु जते बेले हमें जो हमें जो माटी खोलिया कथा चिंता करिबा देन वी हैव टू गो टू एनी आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट ओके आ जो कथा पचारलो मोर गोटे टीचर भी अछंती इट इज ए वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन even if he requires I will ask him. Okay sir. Any doubt, any question? ebe ଶୁଣ ଏବେ ତମ ନାଁ କଣ ଯେ ମତେ ପଚାରିଲ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ଟା
ସାର୍ ଦିଗନ୍ତ ରାଉତ।
ଦିଗନ୍ତ ରାଉତ। ଶୁଣ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ କଣ ହେଲା ଏବେ ତ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଏଠି ପୁରୀରେ ଯୋଉ ବାହାରିଲା ରୂପା ଇଟା ବୁଝିଲେ ଜାଣିଛ
ସାର୍
ନାଇଁ
ସାର୍
ପୁରୀ ମନ୍ଦିର
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆଗରେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ମଠ
ଏମଆର ମଠରୁ ଏମଆର ମଠ
ଏମାର ମଠ ସେମାନେ ତାକୁ କାହିଁକି ଡାଉଟ୍ କଲେ ସେମାନେ ଡାଉଟ୍ କଲେ କେମିତି ସେମାନେ ଡାଉଟ୍ କଲେ କାହିଁକି ସେମାନେ ତାକୁ ଇଏ କଲେ ନା ମୂଳ ଜିନିଷ ହେଲା ସେ ଯୋଉ ବାବାଜୀ ଯିଏ ହି ମାନେ ଲାଭିସଲି ହି ଇଜ ସ୍ପେଣ୍ଡିଂ ମନି ବଟ୍ ହି ହାଜ नो ସୋର୍ସେସ୍ ଅଫ ଇନକମ୍ ବୁଝିଲେ ନାହିଁ ତେଣୁ ସେମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଦେଖିଲେ ଯେ ଇଏ ବାବାଜୀ ଏତେ ଗୁଡେ ପଇସା କୁଆଡୁ ଆଣୁଛି ସେଠୁ ତାଙ୍କର ସନ୍ଦେହ ହେଲା ଏବଂ ସନ୍ଦେହ ହେଲା ପରେ ସେମାନେ କଣ କଲେ ଯାଇକିରି ସେ ଏମାର ମଠକୁ ଗଲେ ଏବଂ ଦେଖିଲା ସେମାନେ କଣ କଲେ ନା ପାଇଲେ ଏବେ ଜଣଙ୍କୁ ଭିଜିଲାନ୍ସ ଧରୁଛି ଭିଜିଲାନ୍ସ କୋଉ ଉପାୟରେ ଧରୁଛି ଆମେ କେମିତି ଜାଣିବା ବୁଝିଲେ ନାହିଁ ଦିଗନ୍ତ
ସାର୍ ସାର୍
ବୁଝିଲେ ନାହିଁ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଲାଇକ୍ ଦିସ୍ ହେଲା ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ସେମାନେ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ପାଇଲେ ତାପରେ ସେମାନେ ବାରମ୍ବାର ତାକୁ କଣ କଲେ ଅନୁଧ୍ୟାନ କଲା ପରେ ସେମାନେ ଜାଣିଲେ ଯେ ତମେ ଯୋଉ କଥା ପଚାରିଲ ସେଟା କାହିଁକି ବି ହେଇଥାଇପାରେ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ତମକୁ ନା ଯେହେତୁ ଏଇଟା ଇଣ୍ଡସ୍ ଭ୍ୟାଲି କୂଳରେ ଥିଲା ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ନାହିଁ ଇଣ୍ଡସ୍ ଭ୍ୟାଲି
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
କୂଳରେ ଥିଲା ଏବଂ ସେଟା କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ସେମାନେ ମେଟେରିଆଲ୍ସ ପାଇଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ମେଟେରିଆଲ୍ସ ପାଇଲା ପରେ ସେମାନେ ତାକୁ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ସେ ତାକୁ କଲେକ୍ଟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ କଲେକ୍ଟ କଲା ଭିତରେ ସେମାନେ କିଛି ତାର ଗୋଟେ ଅନୁସନ୍ଧାନ କରିଛନ୍ତି ମାଟି ଖୋଳିଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ତାପରେ ସେମାନେ ତାକୁ ପାଇଛନ୍ତି ଏଇଟା ଆମେ ଏତିକିରେ କହିପାରିବା କିନ୍ତୁ ତାର
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ମାନେ ଆହୁରି ଗୁଡାଏ ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି
ସାର୍
okay
ସାର୍ ସାର୍
so with this I am concluding but try to come by 7 p.m. tomorrow so many things we will discuss in that time because we have 15 minutes for our discussion so try to come by 7 p.m. and with this I am remaining and good night to all. Thank you.